but the delivery of these people is very wanting.
Yes.
So much as we are saying yes for gear water, which I agree, I totally agree, we need a fresh, new criteria of the people we employ. I don't see anyone. I don't have a leader myself. I'm led by the Constitution. Everybody else, starting with the president, is an employee. I pay them with our taxes. So we are seeking to employ people. In my opinion, yes, age could be a factor, but can we expand that criteria to the extent whereby we say we have the Chapter 6 of the Constitution and many other provisions that define, whom an employee of Kenyans ought to be. And also we inculcate this in our mind, a paradigm shift, that we are not looking for a leader, not mtu wetu, no. We are looking to hire someone to do a specific job, whether you are appointed, nominated, or elected. If we can just define that, I think it will help us rid ourselves of these riffraffs, in my opinion, who come to just live these exaggerated lives on our taxes. Number two, I think we also bear the responsibility, because we can talk about the problem for days on end, but if we don't start looking towards a solution, then the problem will persist and time is flying by. Could it be that we also need to stop showing up in these meetings of these characters? Because we give them their attention, we give them our time, and then we feel they should even compensate us for that. That's why they give the money and the goodies. How about we start showing up all together?
Good job.
Yeah, but hata kama basi hatuko job, tuko idle, hata kama tuna show up na bare minimums gani? As citizens, we first of all need to sit down and have the conversation amongst ourselves that, hey, in Thika, we need security lights, we need water. In Makueni, we need boreholes. In Isiolo, like they say, they need roads. Then when they come to us, we are presenting them that, hey, if your manifesto does not have sexual health and reproductive matters of women in it, you cannot talk to us.
But you don't see that as a problem? Because that is exactly what is happening in Kalou. They gave their bare minimum. That if you want us to elect your candidate, give us water,
gas,
electricity,
na gas.
Everybody said what they wanted. Those bare minimums,
but those are things you do when you get to office.
We should have a problem with the source. Because if you go and demand from a corrupt person and they fulfill your immediate needs, your bare minimum, and then you let them into office, they still operate in a corrupt manner. So we need not to trade off. The bare minimum ought to be rule of law.
Yeah.
You remember what I said earlier? An election is a process. And the process starts with the bare minimums that even we're talking about in here, where we have, they say you need to have a degree, for example, right? And for you to have a degree, you need to go to CLE, Commission of Legal Education, or CUE, Commission of University Education. They have to look at your papers, and they have to satisfy, you have to satisfy that body that you are clean. They have to clear you. Now, when that body as well has a problem, you have an individual where from the word go Chapter 6, out of the window. IEBC is talking about you must spend 4 billion shillings as a president, right? Why isn't IEBC having that conversation with KRA so that we know the source of that money that you are coming to spend? Can we have receipts that you give to show that you spent this money in a certain way? Today, I dare anyone to come tell us where the money being spent in Kalou came from today, and where are the receipts on who got this money for us to say the all Kalou by-election that will take place is free and fair and followed all the tenets of the law, including fighting money laundering in the country. If these are things that we cannot talk and we cannot say are happening, we have no business saying our elections are free and fair and that we have the correct people who will change this country.
True that.
I think the people of Kalou have a mandate to show the country that they can actually vote with their brains, that hata akuja jenge tamak road ndani ya nyumba yangu ama anifanye niishi kwa nyumba na nishinde nikimuita dad, lakini we vote out these people. Like, it needs to be a wake-up call that, hey, I'm going home. And that is exactly what I'm hoping on 16th of July the people of Kalou are going to do. But if they actually don't guard those votes and they allow for the voting to be rigged or to be done like it was done in Mbere, then we still have a long way to go. 1 year will not be enough to change the trajectory of this country. So I guess the next few days are going to be very heated up, but it is about time that citizens take in the fact that they need to participate in the electoral process and political processes for us to actually change this nation.
And the participation that we speak about is not being on the receiving end of some of these things. The participation that we talk about is actually having a psyche that is awakened to the things that are actually going on.
Yeah.
But participatory means that you're putting into positions of leadership people who will actually then do their job, that the sovereignty that has been ascribed to them according to the Constitution. It's as simple as that. All of these other things, they're nice bells and whistles, but they don't matter. Really, when you're looking at the thing, what does the Constitution say? Which Kenyans agreed to? What did you agree that you're going to actually do for your country? And if you follow that,
grateful that Kenya has independence of the media, because were it not for the media, we would be far behind than we already are right now. So I don't know if anybody tells the media fraternity thank you enough, but from 1 to 10, we are at 4, 5 because of the media. So let's keep having these conversations. Maybe the cumulative effect will be seen in 2027.